Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Quant update. Last week, when we talked about the Quant price, we were sitting right around these levels, and what we were looking for was obviously, first of all, support from this massive support level right here, starting at $150 up until $164, right? And that's exactly what we got over the weekend, really. Like, there wasn't much price action, but the thing is, we held this support level right here. Now, the question obviously is, what is going to happen next right here, obviously, when we hold this support level, right? So I'm going to be covering all those things in this video. We'll also take a look at a number of on-chain metrics, because some of them, they really paint a nice picture here on the Quant price chart, right? But before I get into all that stuff, I just want to ask you to help me spread this video by tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for this kind of information will be able to find it much more easily. I don't know if you can tell from my voice, I've had a really bad flu, right? So I mean, if you want to wish me a speedy recovery, I would also encourage you to tap that like button, right? Also, if you're interested in Quant, I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel, because I do TA on Quant on a regular basis, and to be honest, we have been crushing it like no one else, right? So without me running my mouth too much, let me actually get into the real stuff, right? So yes, here's our price chart on a daily time frame, right? And you can see this box which I highlighted right here. Well, this is my price chart in the immediate short term right here. And how did I come to that conclusion? Really, it's through fib retracement levels, right? So here, when you pull your fib 2 from the very top until the very bottom, you can actually see that this level, the box which I highlighted right there, coincides with the 0.618 fib retracement level and the 0.702 level. So usually what happens is, after this massive bull run, you crash really hard, and then it's followed by a retrace, right? So usually the levels to retrace to are the golden ratio, the 0.618, and the 702 fib retracement level. I mean, shout out to the blockchain beggar, because he is the first person to discover this level, right? Actually, it's not a fib retracement level, but it's just a level between the 0.618 and 0.786. But usually there is a lot of reaction that happens right here. So I'm looking forward to this level because of that reason, right? And on top of that, I'm looking at the fixed range volume profile right here. You can actually see that there is volume that was traded right here, and usually the chart is attracted to where the most volume is. So basically, using those two reasons, I am looking forward to the price target of something like $281 to $315 in the immediate short term, right? Obviously, now we are not talking about all-time high at the moment. We are just talking about a retrace of this whole bull market. We will talk about the all-time high when we have finally gotten above these levels, right? We'll come back and we will analyze the chart once again, right? But for now, this is the price target in the immediate short term, right? Now, before we even get to this price target here, well, the first thing is we really have to hold this level right here at $150 and $164, right? And you can actually see from a fib retracement level as well, from the very bottom right here up until the local top that we had right here when we reached our price target for this inverted and shortest pattern. You can see that the 0.382 fib retracement level sitting at 156 is sitting right into conference with this, our major support right here. And in the worst case scenario, really, I'm looking at 0.5 fib retracement level, which is at $134. I'm going to explain quickly why I'm seeing this 0.5 fib retracement level as an area that is, the worst case scenario, really, because let me quickly do this, right? When you look at the price chart from a Elliott wave count perspective, you could actually say that we are in a wave 1, 2. This is your wave 3 right here, then wave 4, and then wave 5, right? So now, according to Elliott wave rules, your wave 4 should not get into the territory of wave 1, and for you not to get into the territory of wave 1, you actually would have to hold the 0.5 fib retracement level. Let me actually put it back right here so that you can have a clear picture of what I'm trying to say here. Yes, so you can see this 0.5 fib retracement level here at $134, sorry, $135, somewhere there. The price action in the wave 4 right here should not get into the territory of wave 1 right here, which is ending right. So there is, a clear-cut mark right here at the 0.5 fib retracement level at $134. We should not get below this level right now. When you start analyzing this Elliott wave count from a closer range, you can actually start building a very strong case right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to investigate the minor waves of this Elliott wave structure, right? So let's quickly analyze wave 1 right here. We should be able to come up with 5 impulse waves right to the upside. So this is your wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and your wave 5, right, to come up with wave 1. That's really good. Now, what we need to look for in the wave 2 is a corrective structure, right? We need an ABC correction right here. Let me go ahead and clear this falling wedge that we traded back then. So yes, this is our ABC correction, right? This is your A, this is your B, and this is your C right here to come up with wave 2. And then finally, what we want to do right here is we want to come up with 5 impulse waves to the upside here to make up the wave 3 right here. And we could actually see that yes, we can have something like that where you say this is your wave 1, wave 2, then right here this should be your wave 4, wave 3, sorry, then your wave 4 right here, a minor correction, wave 4 right here, and then finally you get to the 5th wave right here, coming up with the 3rd wave here. Let me go ahead and clear this one as well. It's an old trade. Now, where we are right here, you would say for your wave 4 right here, you would need something like an ABC right here, and we almost have something like that. This is your A, this is your B, and then this should be your C right here. And in the case that we hold this level right here, we should be having a bounce at this level right here. Now the question obviously is, now yeah, when all is said and done right here, are we going to be able to hold this support level right here at $150 and $164, something like that? Now I'm going to build my case using on-chain metrics right here, so I would need your maximum attention because some of them things are a little bit complicated, right? But I mean, the moment you focus, I mean, you're good. So let's start here with the exchange flow balance and the price set here. So you can actually see that in the recent days we have had this dump right from the top that we had. But interestingly, we actually have got a negative exchange flow balance. So what this means really is there are more quant coins which have been withdrawn off of exchanges than the coins which have been deposited to exchanges. Now, it suggests that those coins which have been taken off of exchanges, they are not ready for sale. So which means we have got less selling going on, right? But it is not in line with what the price action is doing. So this is actually bullish divergence when you look at it. So yeah, it looks like a bounce is imminent right here, just according to this metric, right? Let's move on to the next one. This metric also is in line with the exchange flow balance really, because this is the deposit transactions, right? And this is the price we are seeing right here. So you can see that the price is going down right here. Meanwhile, deposit transactions are going down, right? Exactly the same explanation that I gave when I was talking about the exchange flow balance, right? You can actually see that there is, less deposit into exchanges happening right here, right? Which suggests like that there is accumulation, maybe on cold storage or something like that. This one right here is a supply that is outside of exchanges. Again, same explanation. If we have supply that is outside of exchanges, it means this supply is not ready for sale. So we have, short-term accumulation happening right now. This, what you see right here is the price. You can actually see, right? I don't know if you remember from, I think it was last week when we had this peak right here. I came up with a video. I was telling you that a reversal was imminent right here because I was looking at the supply that was outside of exchanges. It kept decreasing right here, meaning that that supply was being loaded onto exchanges for sale, right? So yeah, ever since we started coming down right here, we have seen an increase. Look at this. We have had an increase right here, and it's encouraging really because it suggests that there is more accumulation that is happening, and considering that we are sitting at support, we are likely to bounce off of that support, right, and continue making a higher high. So this one you see right here is called the MVRV ratio, right? So basically what this does, it shows you what percentage of coins are in a profit or in a loss, right, over a certain period of time. For example, this one I'm using right here, I'm using over a period of 7 days. So what you can see right here from the positive, this is profit obviously, and this is loss. So I use this metric to pick out tops and bottoms really because it's really, really accurate. For example, you can see right here the most recent drop we had right here. We picked in terms of profit right here. It's something like 60%, 16% of the coins are circulating, so not circulating, really traded over that period of time. We here was in a profit, so we completely reversed right here. You can actually use it to pick out bottoms really. For example, you can see right here, it picks out the bottom, completely picks up the bottom right here, and obviously here, yeah, it picked out the bottom but not quite accurately, right? But it did right here and back then here, so it is actually quite accurate. So where am I getting with this one right here? We have had a negative MVRV ratio reading right here, and historically that has marked bottom. So considering that we are at support right here, we could be looking for a super bounce that is going to happen right here because of the metrics that I've been showing you right here, including the MVRV ratio. Now that MVRV ratio that I showed you was over 7 days, right? Now this one is showing that ratio over 60 days, right? And you can actually see that yes, it also, was accurate, picking out the top right here as well as this point right here and the bottom right here. So again, there is no doubt that it's actually very accurate. But there is something that is a little bit of concern right here, because you can still see that over 60 days, about 8.86% of the coins are still in profit right here. And historically, it takes this ratio to reverse up until the 0 point right here. And obviously there are some possible exceptions right here. For example, you can see right here we bounce off before reaching the 0 point. So yeah, we still have got a long way to go, right? That's what I would say. So yeah, maybe there is still maybe some sideways action, or maybe further down price action, according to this metric at least, to go down to somewhere around the 0 mark, and then finally maybe we can have a bounce from there, right? Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about the supply and the distribution. So what you see on the screen right here, all these lines, basically it is the percentage of the circulating supply that is held by a certain number of addresses, right? So what you have right here is the addresses that have got at least a million Quant coins to 10 million, right? So you can actually see that they constitute something like 8.21% of that supply. And then the addresses that have got 10 to 1,000 coins, they've got something like 16% right here. Addresses that have got 100,000 to a million Quant coins, they've got something like 30.5%. And then those addresses which have got 1,000 to 10,000 coins, they've got something like 23%. Then finally, we have got those addresses which have got 10,000 to 100,000 Quant coins right here. They have something like it's 21%. So yeah, where am I getting with this, right? With the recent price action, we can actually see that this group right here sold a little bit, but the general trend is they're actually buying much more, right? And then the group that have got let's see right here, a million coins to 10 million, they've remained relatively constant. They didn't even move at all, right? And then the group that has got 100,000 to a million coins, they seem to have increased a little bit. Like they are not really much action going on, but that's also really positive, because you don't want to see them selling right at those support levels. I mean, they would never sell at support anyway. This is smart money. So this group right here, which has got 1,000 to 10,000 coins, they are also increasing their bags right here. You can actually see that yes, they are increasing slowly but surely. And then finally, we have got this group which is selling right here. But the most encouraging thing right here is when you take a look at the other groups right here, and you add their sums, right, to come up with how much they actually hold of the circulating supply. You can see that right here. So let's say we have got 8% right here, right? And then we've got 16% right here. That's something like 24%, right? We have got 30 right here. That's 54%. And then we also have got another 23%. So we are something like 75%. So 75% of the holders are reluctant to sell their coins, at this support level that we are currently sitting at. So that's really encouraging to see. I mean, tell me what you think about this metric. Really, maybe I'm saying things which are incorrect right here, or I'm reading things which are not correct right here. Tell me what you think in the comment section about this metric right here. But yeah, the group that has got 10,000 to 100,000 coins, they seem to be selling right into this support. I don't know for what reason. So going back to the price set, you can actually see that we are sitting at massive support right here. And if we want to incorporate those on-chain metrics that we saw right here, it's looking likely that we are going to hold this support level right here. On top of that, if we take a look at the Bitcoin price chart right here, it's loading. I showed you this Wyckoff accumulation structure in the last video, and you can actually see that we actually have advanced into phase E right here. And the next thing that you expect is something like a bounce to the upside right here in this phase E stage that we are in. And you can actually see that the Bitcoin price has done a very good job holding this level right here, which is almost the top of the trading range right here. So yeah, fingers crossed, if Bitcoin is doing really well, the Quant price is also going to be really doing exceptionally well. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Again, I'm going to encourage you to like the video, spread the video, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.